A wonderful Sunday afternoon to each and every one of you. Yeah, I must see one why smiling, son. Huh? There's many reasons for me to smile. There's many reasons. There's numerous reasons for me to smile this afternoon. Anyhow, I want to say thank you so much once again, guys, for being here with me this afternoon on target from 7 to 8. And it can go beyond. So, guys, I want to ask you to share the live, share the program, and invite a friend, invite a family, and let them know that Kevin Lorma is on target. So, with this being said, first, I will, I always do the honorable thing to say a pleasant good night, or I must big up my viewers here. And Omar Sharif this afternoon looked like Stanley Hamilton beat you by. Stanley Hamilton is locked in from the time the program starts. So good afternoon to you, Stanley. And thank you for sharing, Stanley. Is so much. I appreciate this. Omar Sharif, thank you so much. And guys, as you see, Stanley did something there just now. If you look in the comment, you see he put the at sign and then followers. That's the best way when you're going to share the live. You just put the at followers, and that automatically send a notification to everyone on your friend list and notify them that something is happening. A program is going on, an article has been shared, something. So please do, guys, please share the live, please share the program, and let us go into discussion tonight. So, Vishram Patrick, good night to you, and thank you for tuning in. And I always say to persons, when you locked in on the program, just let me know where you locked in from so I can give a shout out to your community, your constituency, wherever I can give a shout out. So I see I have Rupchan, Rampasat, good night to you. And Jennifer Walcott, good night to you. I must take this opportunity to say happy birthday to whoever birthday it is today, whether you're on the program or whether you're looking for wherever you're looking from. Happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary to those who are celebrating today. And, I want to wish you all everything good in the near future. Right? So, thank you so much, guys. And we will go into discussion. Time and time, I will just, click off a bit so we could just big up somebody, give them a shout out or something, and that's how I normally do it. Right? So remember, guys, tonight I'm encouraging persons. I always encourage persons to utilize this platform, and I will keep saying it every time I come on my program. Use this platform to voice your opinion, make a report, or join the program or something. you know Call in. So I will let you know when the lines are open and we can go into discussion. So Sato Emerge, good night to you, my brother, and thank you for tuning in. And guys, please share the live. Please share the live as you join. So, like I said, I'm smiling for a lot of reasons, or for a particular reason, you know, and that is in relation to the massive development that continue to be done here in Linden Region 10. And more so today, we had good news because our president, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, paid a courtesy visit to Linden this morning. And, it was so nice to see that our president come into our region for probably the 100th time, something we would have never seen prior to 2020. I don't think I don't think Granger ever went to Linden more than 3 times within his 5 years as president. 3 years as legal president, 2 years as illegal president. I've never seen Mr. Granger here in Linden for more than 3 times, and I'm being very, very honest, right? But this president that we got now, for some reason, I feel he got something up his sleeve. I feel that he probably trying to take a presidency somewhere in Linden. You want to become a Linden man. Anyway, thank you, Mr. President, for visiting our community today. We had the president, we had Bishop Juan Ejel, Minister of Public Works, we had Minister Hugh Todd, that's Minister of Foreign Affairs, we had the Minister of Housing and Water, the Honorable Colin Crowell, we had the Honorable Minister of Sports, Charles Ramson Jr., And also not forgetting the minister within the Ministry of Public Works, deal that in there. So those persons, those ministers were here today, along with the president, and we had a lot of good news today. Linden had a lot of good news today, and the people were so happy, not only because of the good news, but also having the presidents in our midst, and that was so happy. That was something. It's like it was overwhelming to see that the president can come and his minister and sit amongst us and join us and listening to our concerns as well. So thank you, Mr. President and team, for visiting us today. And that event took place in Victory Valley. Y'all ever hear about Victory Valley? Anybody ever hear about Victory Valley in Linden? All right? Since they hear about Victory Valley, and not now, I wouldn't say now. Prior 2020, when anybody hear about the valley, people don't want to go in the valley because when they hear about the valley, the first thing they study is a set of weed man, is a set of robber man, is a set of uneducated people. These are the terms that were applied to the people of Victory Valley. But that wasn't so, right? I am here to let you know that wasn't so, right? It was just a community that was neglected by the PNC. You understand? They intentionally neglected that community like how they neglected the entire Linden and Region 10. They neglected that community prior 2015, the years when the PNC was in office, they neglected that community. You understand? And it's predominantly Afro-Guyanese that live there. And that is the most saddest thing. You understand? So when you hear about Victory Valley, nobody imagine the police sometimes don't even want to go to when they hear in the valley. Nobody want to go in the valley. But thank God for the PPPC government in 2020. That stigma was removed and erased completely because the government went into Victory Valley and the government lift that community up. When you go into Victory Valley, I myself, when I go into Victory Valley the other day, I could not have believed, some place where I see roads, concrete roads and tracks, where I see these places, I could not have ever imagined a road or a concrete trackway going in that area. I could have never dreamed about it, and thank God for this government. They made it possible for the people of Victory Valley. They made a dream a reality in Victory Valley. People like myself could not have ever imagined that such development could have been done in that community. And just like how the PPPC government would have thought it fit to do that. Although they were told by the PNC, because the PNC, for some reason, they believe that they got a lease or a title for Afro-Guyanese in Guyana. And more so, any place that has a little pocket of Afro-Guyanese, they believe that they have all rights and they are entitled and the people should praise them or the people must always look up to them. Now, nothing's wrong if you want to take ownership of a specific group of people in this country. But what you must do as a leader or leaders, you must take care of them. You must look after them. You must make them a priority. And that is what the PNC failed to do. That is what the PNC never did. The PNC claimed to have so much authority and so much love for Afro-Guyanese in Guyana, but yet in 2015 to 2020, Afro-Guyanese predominantly was deprived of the good life that was promised by the AP and UFC, and more so, they were victimized by the said PNC, AFC, APNU, or whatever they call themselves. And then the PNC now wants to be the one to come out to call the PPPC government a racist government, call the PPPC party a racist party. When we all know for a fact that the People's Progressive Party Civic is the only multiracial party in Guyana. The PPPC is made up of every single ethnic group in Guyana. Look at our government. Look at our cabinet. We have 7 Afro-Guyanese ministers in government that hold 7 powerful ministry in government. Is that discrimination? Is that racism? You understand? And I could point out them. You have Minister Edgil, the Minister of Public Work. That is one of the most powerful ministry in government. You have Minister Utah, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You have the Prime Minister of this country. It's an Afro-Guyanese. And I could go on and on. So I want the PNC or the APNU to say to me, how is the PPPC government being a racist government, or the PPPC party is a racist party? I want the APNU to prove that to me. Unlike the PPPC, you do your research in 2020 and check the APNU AFC cabinet, and then you will see the difference. Now, speaking about that, these people ran out of contents. They ran out of words. They ran out of promises. And everything that they use, their tactic they use to manipulate the people in this region. They ran out of everything, so they use the race bait. Look what is going to happen again. 2025 budget is going to be one of the biggest budget in the history of Guyana. The PPPC will again subsidize for the sugar industry. You know what they say? Hear what they can say. They can say, oh, you see, that is a pocket for the PPP because it's predominantly Indians who work in the sugar industry or who work in Gaisuka. So that is why they would spend money on the sugar industry. That is what they will say. But they are not going to say that the PPPC government is investing, or for the matter of fact, is subsidizing more than $5 billion for electricity here in Linden. They forget to talk about that. They don't talk about that at all. You understand? Linden in the entire country, Linden, my hometown, pays next to nothing electricity. Y'all know how much is my light bill a month? My electricity bill is not exceeding $1,200 a month. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freezers. I got 3 AC units. I got about 3 television. I got other electrical appliances that is being used. And $1,200 a month. The lady asks if it's potato sipping. Nah, buy it. There's something for wet the throat. You understand? Linden, Linden don't pay no kind of electricity, even to the businesses. Because you have commercial and you have domestic. For the commercial, I have a shop out there. And our light bill don't be more than $2,000 a month. So Linden don't pay no kind of electricity bill. There are communities, as we speak, are still paying up to now 350 Guyana dollars. 350 Guyana dollars per month for electricity. You understand? Guys, y'all just hold for me a bit. Yes, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, Linden is not paying any kind of electricity bill. You understand? Look, Richie Ramnarayan is saying I pay 10K in region 3, West Bank. So I want not the Lindeners, because it's not the Lindeners are saying this, It's the politicians in Linden. Let me tell you something. Linden are very loving and caring people. There are people who are willing to make sacrifices. They are very united. You understand? Salim Mohammed said he's paying $12,000 per month. You understand? Linden people are very strong and united. And when they hold to represent something, they will do it together. And that is what the PNC is holding on to. Because what they will do, they will try to manipulate the people and lie to the people using the race bait and not giving them the facts and the reality. And if the people, you have some people cannot be independent thinkers. You got some people who might not know to read. They have some people who is on the, and they took advantage of that. It is what they were doing. It's a form of indoctrination. It is their strategy. It is the modus operandi of the PNC, how they operate for many, many years since under Burnham. To manipulate the people, to put them in that indoctrination, to say that the PPPC is a racist government and the PPPC don't like black people. And that is what the PNC continue to use in Linden to mislead the people. But thank God for the PPPC government. Thank God for President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. The president that we were expecting Granger to be is the president that Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali is today. We all thought, and I say we, because I was a part of the team, we all thought that Granger would be this God to come and save Guyana, or to make Guyana better, or to give us a good life, as they promised us in 2015. But today, Guyana is now seeing, today, Guyana and Guyanese, today, Linden, today, Region 10 is seeing what a good life should be. I want to urge Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali and the PPC government to use that good life slogan for our 2025 campaign trail. Now we can say what is a good life for all Guyanese. Now we can barefacedly use their slogan and say a good life for all Guyanese under the Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali led administration, the PPPC government. Now we can see that. So Londoners are now coming to their senses. Londoners, the younger generation especially, is utilizing platforms and programs like these. They are listening as they are listening right now. They are listening. They are listening to us. And we're not coming here to say to nobody, oh, vote for we. We can do this and we can do that. We said that, or the PPPC would have said that in 2020. Yes, they increased by 1,500 votes. And Londoners would have seen now they delivered upon their promises. And that is why the president was here today. And he said to the people, give us a chance. That is all we're asking for. Give us a chance. We're not begging for a chance to have power to control, but we're begging to have the opportunity to serve, the opportunity to deliver without any form of disruption, without any form of distortion, without any form of distraction of development. The PNC and the APNU is utilizing their political resources, which is their majority that they have in the RDC or in the municipality. They're utilizing that resource or those resources, which is their councillors and their majority that they have, to block development in this region. So when people is going to say, oh, the PPP is not doing anything in government, there is so much a government could only do that falls under the umbrella of the central government. You have the major roads, you have the health facilities, you have the schools. There's only so much. But when it comes down more on the local level of development, the government cannot infiltrate because the constitution on the regional level protects them from that or debars them from that. Technically, I'm saying. And that is what the coalition and the PNC is using to block every form of development in this region. And if the government bully them away, then you're going to hear the PPPC is a bully because they've said it before. Let us take, for example, the Mackenzie Sports Club ground. Linden people, the Mackenzie Sports Club ground, for years and years, prior to 2020, these so-called leaders that you have here, you have a White Elephant Regional Chairman. You have an incompetent Vice Chairman that has no form of experience in the political field. You have some councillors who can't even spell their own name. I'm not discriminating, but hear why I say that. These are the people who are loud and proud to attack the PPPC and the development, and they can't even recognize their own name on a piece of paper. I'm telling you this, people. This is not no joke. I'm not making fun of everybody. It is the facts. Let us take the Mackenzie Sports Club ground now, for example. Why didn't the coalition sort it fit from 2015 to 2020 to have a brand new Mackenzie Sports Club ground? Oh, y'all don't tell me, all right, what happened prior 2015? Why Ramatar government didn't do it or why the PP didn't do it? It was the same strategy that I'm explaining here. Under the PPP, the PNC again utilized their majority in the region to debar every form of development. So when you see the Mackenzie Sports Hub ground now is on its way to completion, you have a brand new stadium. Yes, I would attest. Yes, I would agree. We had to take some farm. We had to step up. We gave them bully we way. And then, for matter of fact, technically we didn't bully we way because the Mackenzie Sports Hub ground did not belong, or it wasn't owned by the PNC. It falls under the property of NISIL. You understand? So they got to humble themselves. The government does not intend, the PBBC government do not or does not intend to sit and allow people with no vision, with no morals, to continue to take advantage on us, the people in Linden. And that is why the government stepped up, they stepped in, and they've got Linden and get a brand new stadium. It is every single thing that the government tried to do this region, the coalition, the PNC specifically, are trying to undermine. They are trying, I use the term trying now, they are trying to undermine, but we will not stand idle by and allow that. And I'm calling tonight on our Lindeners to let us step up our game. We have a government that does not look at race. We have a government that does not look at religion. We have a government that does not look at political affiliation. We have a government that will work for all Guyanese. We have a government that is prepared to work for all Guyanese. And that is why the government is working in the attitude or in the manner of a one Guyana. They even try to undermine the one Guyana, saying, "Oh, they're trying to change up the motto." Who said they're trying to change up the motto? That is constitutional. That is the arrogance they try to put out there. That the PBBC trying to change up the motto. How can a government, how can a party single-handedly change the national motto? That has to go to the National Assembly. And this government will not ever do that. Because also, we believe it's a one people, one nation, and we have one destiny. And that destiny is to see Guyana continue to grow and grow, not for us, but our future generations to come. So I am urging Lindeners. I'm urging my Linden people, open your eyes. You have a government that is prepared to work for you. You have a government that have your interests at heart. You have a government that is prepared to see you excel higher and higher and higher. Utilize your government. Don't sit down and bother with a party that has nothing to offer but false promises. We've seen the best of them. They made promises and we gave them a chance and they never delivered. So how again will you convince us? How would you come to say to Lindeners now that, look, we're going to do this? You had a chance and you didn't do it. You had a chance and you didn't do it. You failed the people of Linden. And we Lindeners need to start debunking that slogan. We need to start debunking that form of indoctrination. We need to start debunking that narrative that Linden is a PNC predominant area. That is no longer, for a matter of fact, I don't even think that was true. We were just being fooled by the PNC. We were being fooled time and time and time. But we will not. The younger generation will not believe in your lies anymore. They will not believe in your lies. I want to say something. Let us compare the PNC and the PPP. If an Indian man decided not to support the PPP anymore and he gone over to the PNC, you would never, ever, 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 ever find a PPP comrade or a PPP supporter or anybody from the government, for matter of fact, or in the party going after that individual. You would hear them say, "We wish you well, but we hope you open your eyes and see and get a little sense and return back home where you belongs." But you let Afro-Guyanese decide to come out of the PNC and join the PPP. You're going to hear you're a house slave, you're a soup drinker, and all derogatory names that you think about. They will tear you down. Now, y'all tell me which party, let me choose tonight, which party you believe shows more respect and love and appreciation for people of any creed. Let me talk facts. I was looking at a video today. It was sent to me by the Honorable Charles Ramson. And when I look at that video, I could imagine going on in the opposition camp with that video. I could imagine the cuss out me brethren get. I know if you all see the video. Let me run it a little.
Greetings to the Idamas Queens and Kings. Today is a beautiful day. So naturally I express gratitude. Now as a self-appointed minister of the streets, I come to express gratitude for myself and all the real ghetto youths them. I talking about the hustlers them that is hustle every day, that is trying to go, that is use every opportunity to develop themselves. I talking about the ghetto youths them that know where them come from, know where them going and know where them not stay. I take the time of the warriors them, the original warriors them that come from the ghetto. On behalf of I and I, gratitude, Mr. President, gratitude, Mr. Vice President, gratitude to all of those in the PPP party that promoting progress skillfully without getting caught up in selfishness. Gratitude to all of the item. And those that practice in skullduggery and eating upon the ends and say it's okay. It's okay because we could see the item as who the item is, and I know the item could see we as who we is. And this is what we know. We know that it ain't nothing that nobody that could do that will please every single individual. We know we're going to always got haters. Y'all hate last year, y'all going to hate this year, and y'all going to hate until death. And it's okay because it's y'all just shining which direction not to go and what not to do. So give thanks to the hate in the same way. And why I say on behalf of real get used, because I got some kitchen cats on the car, no? And some parasites, and some donkey kong that tell themselves that they could sit down and take mining from people. Whether it be the president or whether it be people money that I'm going to take and people things that I'm going to take themselves and tell themselves that they could take mine. So I not express gratitude for them because I didn't even know what I'm going to do. But the original warriors them, gratitude on behalf of them, brethren. All who realize that money making in this country just a fall in the right groove and they're in the right circle and push your body hard enough to get this option, and you see that this option available live. So on behalf of the warriors them, gratitude is a must. Gratitude, Mr. President, gratitude, Mr. Vice President. I go say this a million times because I love what they are doing, Gratitude for all of the schools, gratitude for all of the hospitals them, gratitude for all of the roads, gratitude for all of the option, gratitude for all of the money. That they share or X amount of money within a certain amount of time. And those that know to spend money just use money accurately to generate more money. So those that don't know, then will complain. But it's okay, we know we can't please everybody, and I know you know that you can't please everybody. So just continue expressing the self, continue bringing the spirituality, the consciousness and the love that you're expressing all the time. Yes, and you're going to be one of the greatest presidents that this country ever experienced. I care who say what. Some things for the idols do, I never see ones do. Sit and eat with children, trot on the boat normally and reason with people. Listen to what get to you guys say, and then apply things or changes that could benefit I and I. Man, watch manners and respect. And Mr. Vice President, Manners and respect today, I watch, I tell them, you ask anyone, I tell them. See you, use the brains of the operation. And I love the mind. I love you mind. Your brains. I love how you just think. I love how you just see things. I love the energy that you bring to the table. And the president is the heart. The idea. And with the two y'all, we're going to go far. This country going to go far, right? It's a gratitude. Give thanks. Give thanks. And I want y'all know that I did on your team last year, and I go there for your team this year, and I go there for your team all the time, because progress is what I promoting, and progress is what I am promoting also. So give thanks, no? Gratitude. Until next time on Natural Vibes and Color, your commanders and respect.
Yeah. your scholar below the belt by. I know me by they can hit him from left, right, and center. And there's one thing nobody can say. That wasn't a prop. I tell you, all the only body I know used to do prop is the PNC or the coalition. You understand? You could listen that individual there. You could listen that man there. You could listen the eye. You understand? And you could know the eye talking from the heart. One of the things that stood out for me is when he said, the government is giving people an opportunity with liquid cash in your hand. And once you know to utilize it, and once you know to spend it wisely, you can do so much with it. You understand? And that is what is important. The money coming in your hand in Region 10 is one thing, but the other thing is, how will you generate it to grow for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for your country? That is what is important. And that is what he's, when you listen to what he would have said there, it is very critical. And I urge my Lindeners, Linden right now is over 200 and something billion dollars rich. Y'all could imagine that. This is cash in hand we talking about. You understand? This is cash in hand we talking about. This is not promise. This is based on the 425 contract that was signed. Excuse me. For a matter of fact, I was told, let me get my number right, because I was saying 425 first when it was announced, right? But the last update I get, it was Yahoo Land right there. Don't move. Share the live, guys. Share the live. Let me get a precise number for you, because it was no longer. It was 535 roads that was signed in December. Right? In 2024, under the miscellaneous road program, $7.6 billion was invested in Region 10, resulting in construction of 535 roads. $7.6 billion. You understand? Which will be nothing less than $3.5 billion in cash that is in Linden right now as we speak. And that's only for the roads, I didn't talk about the drainage and irrigation programs in various communities. Over 75 or 85 more contract of nothing less than $1.5 million. So we're talking about over another $100 million. Our Dale, we said, take a sip on the pie, worry. Dale, I like your spirit by you. You understand? So people, let we talk numbers. Let we talk facts. Don't let we beat around the bush. You understand me? Don't let we beat around the bush. When they open their mouth to speak, You must be able to give them the numbers. You understand? The president would have said today, he said, we are going to work on regularizing, sorry, let me correct myself. The president is saying we are going to work on regularizing and giving another 1,000 titles to person living here, and we are going to work to find the land so we can meet the demand, he said, by mid part of 2025. You understand? In 11 priority areas, which include Ichuni, Amelia's ward, and some 800 house lots will be regularized in the first half of 2025. You hear what we said? Y'all hear me out? Another 1,000. Let me tell you something. We talking about over 5,000 house lots already been given to Linden, or even more, which is even more than what the AP and UFC would have given in the entire country for their entire time in government. From 2020 to now, in order to give and deliver to you in housing and house lots, the PPPC government would have invested more than $5.8 billion in Linden alone, more than 600% than the last government invested in all 5 of their years. People, we talking about numbers, right? Numbers we talking about. We talking about facts. Right? We talking about facts. Y'all making joke. $7.6 billion, 535 roads in December in Linden alone. And let me tell you something. This is not by nobody coming, no contractor coming from Georgetown or coming from the East Coast or the West Coast. Lindeners. And that is why I said every single man in this region had the opportunity to access a contract. You understand? Every single person that went there and had their documents in place had access to a contract. Nobody wasn't signing and looking up, oh, you're African, oh, you're a PNC. Some of them that cuss out the PPP right now, they were there collecting their contracts. My own neighbor, my friend, Nigel London. As a matter of fact, he get contract before anybody else. Before people in the PPP. Imagine the PPP members and supporters, they get so vexed, they want to abuse up Minister Edgel. Oh, you can give Nigel London contract. He's not PPP. He's cost out the PPP. But you know what? This government do not look at race, religion, or political affiliation with a set. They are looking for all Guyanese because we are working in the attitude or in the manner of a one Guyana. So when they're talking about discrimination against Black people and discrimination against Linden because it's predominantly Afro-Guyanese, I want y'all to remind them that yet every year for the past 5 years, the government would have invested more than $25 billion in electricity subsidy. Over $25 billion in subsidy for electricity. In Linden, the same electricity where we don't turn off, we light. Whole day. Some people in Linden here, they put on the light. Them and got switch in the house, according to my friend Jason Abdullah. He said them and got some house bill without switch. Just light all the time. Some of them don't turn off the pipe water on whole day. The government subsidized for that. Added to that now, you have a $7.6 billion in 1 month. 1 month in 1 year in Linden. You understand? People, this is no gaff game here tonight. This is not nothing to talk up. This is not nothing for, people, they might say, oh, he's a PVP, this, a PVP stooge, and all these things. You understand? And this is why he's saying that, no, the numbers are there, the facts are out there, yeah, check it. Since 2020, a whopping $96 billion. $96 billion were expended to enhance the region's infrastructure, which include the Linden-Mabura road network and the Linden-Suzaik Highway. $96 billion. And people, we ain't talking yet about the $35 million 4-lane bridge across the Demerara River. Want to tell y'all a story? How the happening to the train for rip we have big time? Imagine the APNU budget for that bridge was over $40 million for a 2-lane. 2-lane. Just to show how the mindset's small. 2-lane. You talking about a country. Ghana is no longer a developing country. Ghana is a developed country. You understand? For a developed country, you talking about building a 2-lane bridge. This to show how your mindset's small. A 2-lane bridge for over $40 million. The PPP came into office in 2020, renegotiated that for $35 million for a 4-lane bridge. Now, y'all tell me something, man. Tell me, y'all do the maths to me. Y'all tag Nigel. Tag Nigel huge and ask him for help me out with his maths. How in the world over $40 million could have only built a 2-lane bridge? But now when the government, this administration renegotiated, you have a 4-lane, a proper 4-lane bridge for only $35 million. Where was the $5 million going, or over $5 million going? Somebody answer that, no? Somebody tag Darren Adams and ask you, no? He like come on the platform and spew a set of unnecessary and nothing, substantial to the people. Y'all ask you, no? Y'all call the other one, the little shard dwarf one, the vice chairman. Y'all ask, another incompetent, another white elephant. Y'all ask them, no? Let us talk about that. In the whole 5 years of the APNU AFC, they spent less than 0.3% of what we are spending in public works for development. And people, let me go back to something I got to clarify with you. Right? In 2024, under the miscellaneous road program, right? Yeah, listen to that. In 2024, under the miscellaneous road program, $7.6 billion was invested in Region 10. The miscellaneous, y'all know what's the miscellaneous? The miscellaneous is not on the national budget, We ain't talk about what was budgeted for in 2024, no. We talking about the roads that fall under a budget for the region, We talking about the miscellaneous road program. Imagine the government miscellaneous road programs is far more than the APNU budget road programs from 2020 to 2020, from 2015 to 2020. You know what you call them? Visionless people. A bunch of sanctimonious gangsters. That's what they was. They can't answer that yet. I want the answer though. I want to tell me, and I want y'all to post it up. I want y'all to ask Patterson, ask the White Elephant Regional Chairman, ask the mayor, ask all of them, how come that over 40 million US dollar, y'all listen carefully, because I want y'all put it up on your page. Dear APNU AFC, could you explain to us how was it 40 million US dollars could have only built a 2-lane bridge for the Mackenzie Wismar Bridge? How is it that 40 million could have only built a 2-lane Mackenzie Wismar Bridge in 2015, 2020, but yet the PVPC from 2020 to 2025 renegotiated a 4-lane bridge for 35 million US. When they want to ask y'all to tell y'all certain things, y'all must ask them question this. Let them answer it. Let the answer though. You know though? Let me tell y'all something. This is just the smoke. This is just the smoke. You understand? This is just the smoke. They might evil with the fire. You understand? Them not able with the fire. 2025 is going to be a hot elections and a very battling campaign trail. I mean, again, I don't think, as a matter of fact, I should retract that. The PVPC will walk home with over 36 seats in the National Assembly. Mark my words. Y'all don't get distracted with them out there. All who want to go on and how who linking with who and who writing press statement and calling for what and this and that. Let it do all what they got to do. Run around the place while. Some people might be upset. But like Rastaman said, it's not everybody the eye could please. Andy Buckley said, and the end Bucky said, 46, thank you, bye. You give me 10 more. It's not everybody the eye could please. Jesus come on this earth and was crucified because he couldn't please everybody. So when the government getting cussed down and abused down because they do this and they do that, it is okay. You hear my friends say, it's okay, yeah, abuse. What we know is that it will be done. Let me tell you, it is hard for any government do what this government do in 3 years. 3 years. This government only had 3 years, you know. I'm telling you, don't bother with the 2 years. That 2 years was 2 years of COVID. Nothing could not have been done. All the government could have done is give us a little COVID cash grant. They could have given us some hampers just to sustain ourselves. The government could not have done much in that 2 years. But in the next 3 years, imagine not even 3 years yet, because not a full 5 years, and the government don't deliver. 99.9% of its manifesto. If a government can do that in that short space of time, you could imagine in a full 5 years with a government blooming like now in a full 5 years, you can imagine what will happen from 2025 to 2030 with the leadership of Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. You could imagine. I am excited to see that right now. And that is why we as a people need to put up the fight to resist the rigors, to resist the distractors of development, to resist the undermine that they are undermining or trying to undermine progress. And we could only do that through a constituted democratic process by going into that polling station and placing the X on the People's Progressive Party Civic or the cup. We, the people, have the power in our hands. We decide who will lead us. We decide who will take Guyana to the higher level. We decide that. Barry said, Barry Sanchez said, at this rate, let me put you up, Barry. Barry said, at this rate, the PPP could have done 3 manifestos in 5 years. Barry, you problem, but you are correct, sir. You are correct. The rate that Irfan and this government going on with, they could have done 3 manifesto in 5 years. Thank you for that. Barry, I'm gonna tease your quote. Right? So y'all don't get carried away. Don't get carried away by them going out there and they're giving out little prags and them things. So we are not bothered. We are unbothered. You understand? Don't bother them. What is important and will take you forward is your track record and integrity. Check the track records of the PNC app now. Check the track record from 2020 back to 2015. Check the track record from 1992 back in the 28 years of dictatorship. And y'all tell me if that is the people that y'all want to rule y'all. And don't talk about the change. Because even the younger generation in the coalition or in the PNC has that same mentality because they are not independent thinkers. And what the older ones tell them to do, this is what they're going to do. All them by believing right now is rigging. The older folks is instigating that in them, telling them to rig elections. Y'all don't believe? Y'all want to see?
The history of this country suggests that the only people who deserve to be on top are those who ancestors suffered for centuries without a cent. And if, as I told one of the groups I met this morning, if they say you rig elections, I say we should keep rigging.
Y'all hear that? These are the people who are the idols and who are the gods to the younger generation of the PNC. The foundation of the PNC was built on dishonesty. The foundation of the PNC was built on racism. The foundation of the PNC was built on jealousy and greed and selfishness. Y'all ever know how the PNC come about? The PNC come about when Burnham feel that, you know what? I want to get my own thing. It's good to be independent. But I want to get my own thing and I can become president. Oh man, you and Jagan, y'all put up the good fight for Guyana become an independent country. Hold it together, no man. hold it together, but no, Burnham want to be in charge too. He want to be president. He not allow Chetty to say, all right, Burnham, this time for me, that time for you. He wait for that. He decided that he gonna go and make a party because he want to be president. That is the idea. I said it last night to my program. Everything starts from a simple idea. And you know, it got some people like that. Some people just sit down and study you. Some people just sit down and study how they can make you uncomfortable. Some people just sit down and study how they can destroy you. And that is why I said the PNC, the foundation of the PNC was built out of greed, jealousy, and selfishness. And when he realized that he wasn't getting nowhere, there is where the columns of the PNC start go up. And that columns are called racism. That is where he decided to tell the people, here what happened then? Let the coolie people vote for the PPP and let the black man people vote for the PNC. Burnham was the one who started that. They don't like hear these kind of reasoning, you know, people. Y'all gonna look at me. They're gonna say, where he went? How he talking about? He went there? He's a little boy. Yeah. But you know what? You know what? When they're gonna say yeah, that I is a little boy, they have to understand that knowledge is power. Yeah, hold on. Let me just get this thing quick. Y'all don't know yet. I'm not done. Something I'm looking for. Special good night to those who are locked in.
And you see that is happening.
Yes. They're going to look at me. Like I said, he's a little boy. We know about Burnham. We know about what Burnham do, or what his body do, or what Chetty do. You understand? That is what they're going to say. Right? But people, I urge you to read. To read for yourself. You understand? Because knowledge is power. You understand? Knowledge is power. When you see they come to you with a nonsense, you need to expose them. You need to enlighten them. And you need to let them understand that knowledge is power. You know, the PNC, it is so simple to deal with them. And I want to say this to the younger generation. I want to leave this with the younger generation. To those persons who are sitting on the fence, especially. When I said sitting on the fence, I mean those persons who are looking on to say, should I vote for the PPP or should I not vote for the PPP? Should I vote for the PNC? Should I not vote for the PNC? Look at the track records. Look at the history. Read for yourself. Equip yourself intellectually and then make the decision. To park the PNC and put them in a corner, it's simple. It's very simple. You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. You understand? Listen to me carefully. You don't have to burn the books to destroy a culture. All you have to do is just don't read them. Put that into your own context. You don't have to cuss out the PNC. You don't have to tell them nothing. All you have to do is just don't support them. And automatically, Guyana will be a better place. My brothers and sisters, I'm not here to infiltrate. I'm not here because anybody put me up to this. I'm here as a warrior on the ground, as a young man, as a young father, fighting to restore democracy in this country, to ensure that we protect our integrity as a people, as a country. And we can only do so being a united force, a united people. We, like I said, have the power to make the call. And we can only do so democratically. And we have to ensure to make the right choice when the next upcoming regional and general elections. Step back and look what is before you from this side and what is before you from that side. The PNC has nothing to offer. They will be coming back to you with the same 2015 to 2020 manifesto because they are visionless. They don't have anything else to offer. You understand? They don't have anything to offer. All I have to say to them, or all I have to say to you, let us compare. We want to hear what happened 2015 and back. For both sides. I didn't want to hear what the PPP do for 23 years and who do what and who kill who. And these are the things that they talk about, but they have no proof. And still, and I'm being fair, I don't want to hear what the PNC did from 1992 and back, because we all know what they hear. The younger generation, I'm playing with you. Don't we want to hear about what who do 2015 to 2020, 2015 to 1992, and what who did from 1992 and back. Let we assess. Let us be fair-minded people. Let us assess from 2020, let me correct myself. Let us assess from 2015 to 2020, or from 2020 to 2025. We're dealing with the current situation. We're dealing with the current environment and society. Let me sit down as a youth, and I urge you to do the same. Measure from 2015 to 2020 what the coalition would have done, and from 2020 to 2025 what the PPP has done, and you decide which government is the best for you. You decide which government have you at heart, which government that will secure a future for you. Barry Sanchez said, to win the PNC, all you got to do is count the votes. Barry, you come in make trouble tonight. You come here to rile up them people. So, guys, my time is way beyond. And I want to ask you to continue to share the program. I would leave the lines open just for 5 minutes. I'll leave the lines open for 5 minutes. And if you want to call in to make an input, you can call in the number 611-0200. The number is at the bottom of the screen. The line is open. Yes, guys. All right, so I don't want to delay. I have some stuff to do as well. And I would have exceeded my time here tonight. Please join me for a special program tomorrow. And I will do that program tomorrow night as well. Like I said, my programs are set from 9 to 10 in the mornings. But based on my availability, if I cannot do it in the mornings, I will do it in the night from 8 to 9. Right? So, once you don't see me in the mornings, you will definitely see me in the night. My program is back on target. I no longer use the rap. The rap is too, what we call it? It intoxicated. The rap was built and it was destroyed with jealousy. Jealousy, greediness, and selfishness and dishonesty. Anyway, I don't want to go into that details. So, my new program is on target and I encourage you to continue to support. And I want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. And remember to share the live. This is all for tonight on Sunday afternoon. And this is my time. I'm out.
We are a peaceful people. Struggle is with struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.